It is a beautiful Saturday afternoon for Game 1 of this doubleheader on the Diamond. College baseball action on Red Hawk Radio this afternoon as the Miami RedHawks host the Akron Zips for Game 2 of 4 of this weekend set here in the middle of May. Patrick Geshan, Luke Poley are with you from McKie Field at Hayden Park on the campus of Miami University in Oxford, Ohio for this doubleheader today. Luke, RedHawks pulled out the 3-2 win last night over Akron in Game 1 of this series, and another big test for Miami today. Sam Bachman is on the mound, and RedHawks could use another decent game here in this one.
Absolutely. Last night snapping a 4-game losing streak in the win over the Zips, and with ace Sam Bachman on the mound, another big chance to swing some momentum in their favor going into the rest of the series for the RedHawks.
Yeah, Bachman's been their go-to guy this year. Of course, some project him to be a first-round draft pick, 6'1", 235 junior out of Fishers, Indiana, suburban Indianapolis. Bachman's numbers on the season coming in: 48 innings pitched, allowing 25 hits, 14 runs, 12 of them earned, 15 walks, 75 strikeouts. He's allowed only 7 extra base hits all year, ERA of 2.25. His record is 3-3. We'll quickly go through the Akron lineup here as the Miami infield and outfield warms up. So is Bachman on the mound right now. Zach Granger will lead it off for the Zips in center field today. Jerry Reinhardt plays third base, bats second. Dominic Trevino is the DH hitting third. Connor Reagan will catch, hit cleanup. Cam Tilley bats fifth. He's at first base. Bryant Schellenbarger is in right field hitting sixth. Justin Barr bats seventh at the shortstop position. Austin Domer is in left batting eighth. And Tate Wargo bats ninth playing second base. And they will face Sam Bachman, the Miami pitcher, who's got some nasty stuff that could come off of his arm. Patrick Geshan, Luke Poley with you, the rest of our great Red Hawk Radio crew on hand. Glad you are with us on this Saturday afternoon. Doubleheader Game 1. Bachman's first pitch is inside, and Granger for ball 1 at 96 on the gun, the fastball. Zach Granger out of Elmira, New York, 6'2", 205 junior. 1-0. Inside corner for a strike at 97. You have Granger, Reinhardt, Trevino due up for Akron in this inning. 1-1 will go outside, a little breaking ball off speed at 86, and it's 2-1. 202 hitter this year is Granger. Struck out 33 times at the plate for the Zips. Two 2-1. Nasty slider over the middle of the plate, looked at for strike 2. 2-2. Get you the RedHawks starting lineup when they bat in the bottom of the first inning. We had a decent crowd on hand for this game. A lot more people than we saw yesterday. 2-2. Granger kind of reaches for that one, fouls it off behind the plate. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. A little slider action that time again from Bachman. We'll see what he comes at here. Overcast skies, it is warm. The sun is popping out periodically here on this Saturday. We expect much of the same throughout the day at McKie Field. Wind is exactly still right now. The flag out in center is just dead. 2-2. Little chopper to third base. Sapp charges it, fires across the diamond. Throw is off, and reaching first base safely is Granger. As Zapp's throw was left of the bag, it sent Jacob Henser, the first baseman, off the base to catch the ball and was unable to make a play on Granger, the routine ground ball to third. That is an error against Miami. E5 is the call. And Granger is aboard here with nobody out in the first.
Yeah, that was a tough play for Zapp to make from third. He had to charge that one a little bit and made his way onto the infield grass. And it was a tough throw for him to make. Didn't have a whole lot of time, but he's going to give up an error and the first base runner for the Zips.
So here's Reinhardt, who waves and misses at the first one for strike 1. Jerry Reinhardt wears number 9 for Akron, third baseman today. 6'0", 215 junior out of Batavia, New York. 0-1. Just missing the outside corner, 88 on the gun that time from Bachman, probably a changeup. With the man on first and Granger. Granger and the man at the plate, Jerry Reinhardt. Both transfers from Lackawanna College. Joining the Zips team. 1-1, chin music inside, 2-1. Heater that time for Bachman at 96, and we'll see that fastball loop get into the upper 90s today for sure.
Absolutely. You mentioned projected to be a top pick in the draft this upcoming year, and he's certainly got some velocity, and he's thrown it inside a little bit, but here's a rip out to right center.
It is a routine catch for Stone, who had to move in to his right and close to the infield. Makes the grab for out number one. Staying at first base is Granger. Fly ball to shallow right. Easy play there for Stone. Here's the DH Trevino. With a one out in the top of the first and a man on first base in Granger here for Akron. First delivery is up and in. Fastball at 94 for Bachman, 1-0.
And that's something we've seen throughout all of these first three batters from Bachman. Is anytime he's getting into those mid to upper 90s, it's been kind of up and inside, and he's caught the strike zone with it a couple of times, but also missed a few as well.
1-0 waved that and missed. Slider at 85. It's 1-1 to Trevino. Trevino from Edmond, Oklahoma, 5'9", 175 junior. Average this year of 273. Did not play in the game yesterday. 1-1 is a foul tip into the mid. It's 1-2. Fastball at 95. Bachman threw it over the plate. When the wind is blowing today, it's coming from basically behind home plate out towards right. Maybe originating from the left field line. Flag out in center is blowing out toward right field. But when the wind's swirling around in this park, you really don't know what you're getting at certain moments. 1-2. Foul back to the screen. Staying alive is Trevino. Of course, the better crowd this weekend thanks to the university, Miami University, opening up this baseball crowd to the general public starting this weekend. You had to be on the list to get in previous series this season. So a lot more community members coming out to watch this weekend. The first two games, 1-2 is high, 99 that time for Bachman, and it's 2-2. Granger still at first, and Bachman seems not to be too worried about him. 2-2. In the air, right field, shallow. This will get down in front of Stone for a single. Granger moves to second. And that will be that for the Akron base runners. And they're on first and second here with one out in the top of the first. As the beautiful single there by Trevino.
It was a good hit by Trevino, but it was also played well in right field by Stone for the RedHawks. He played it just off a single hop, and he was able to hold Granger at second, but now a runner in scoring position for Regan.
Yep. Here's Connor Regan. Catcher bats with a one out in the top of the first, up and in on a fastball at 98, and it's 1-0. So they're on first and second with one out in this top of the first inning. Cleanup man is Connor Regan. Average of 230 this year. 1-0, swing and a miss. A little off speed outside and away. One coming in. Bachman from the stretch. Outside corner, he hits there at 86. 1-2. RedHawk infielders are playing back just a little bit. Outfielders in their normal position. 1-2. On its way. Swing and a miss. Slider 87 Reagan retired, first strikeout by Bachman of the day. 2 men are out in the first.
Akron first baseman, number 10, Cameron Tilley.
So that brings up Cameron Tilley, who is at first base today. Big day yesterday for Tilley, had an RBI and a run in the first game of this series. Cameron is actually from Canberra, Australia. Runners go. The pitch is a swing and miss. Strike thrown to second, and they're safe. As Trevino was targeted there on the throw from behind the plate, and Stoles. Akron trying a double steal. The throw went to second from Stoles. Kind of went behind the bag there and able to slide in safely Trevino. So now Granger's on third. Trevino's on second. 0-1 the count with 2 men out here at the top of the first. Akron knocking on the door. Gamble paying off there for the Zips. 0-1 to Tilley. Just misses outside corner. This fastball, it's 1-1. Bachman this inning has thrown 21 pitches. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Heater at 96. Outside half. 1-2. Zips with Walt to get a good start in this one. Pushed him, runs across here with a hot bat at the plate, and Tilley 1-2. In the air foul, first base side and into the parking lot. So they'll try again here. 1-2 upcoming to Tilley as Bachman tries to get out of this first inning. 1-2. Slider outside at 88. It was low, 2-2. And Tilley with a very minor check swing. He did not go, says the first base umpire. 2-2 on the way. Got Granger on third. Trevino's over there on second. 2 men are out in the first for Akron. No score. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Fastball 97, upper part of the zone. Tilley retires, and Akron strands 2 on the base paths in the top of the first inning. We'll go to the bottom of the first when we return. No score. Miami and Akron, game 1 of the doubleheader. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Leading things off for the RedHawks in the bottom of the first.
Back here on Red Hawk Radio, Miami tied with Akron 0-0 after the top of the first inning. Benji Brokamon will lead off for the RedHawks here. Batting second will be Will Vogelsang playing second base. Nate Stone will bat third playing right field. Jacob Henzer on first base will bat fourth. Cole Andrews, the designated hitter, will be fifth in the lineup. Brian Zapp playing third will be sixth. Dalton Back, the left fielder, in the 7 hole. Tyler Wardwell into shortstop in 8, and Nate Stoles, the catcher, will round things out for Miami.
Benji Brokemont with a strike one first pitch. Patrick Geshan, Luke West, Poley are with you from McKie Field, Hayden Park on this Saturday afternoon. 0-1 the count to Brokemont. Next delivery, fastball outside corner at 89 is looked at for strike 2. Tad Heidinger is the Akron pitcher. Wears number 40 in the Akron gray uniform today with the blue shoulders. Get you his numbers here in a moment as Brokemont will nub this one foul on the ground first base side and out of play. Heidinger, 6'2", 200, redshirt junior out of Bayfield, Colorado. Transfer from Fullerton College. Tate Heidinger's last appearance, a 7-inning win against Ohio last Saturday. Brokemont will watch a ball high. It's 2-2. 4.97 ERA this year for Heidinger. 44 strikeouts, 28 walks, 30 earned runs, 54 and a third. 1-2, line foul into the parking lot first base side. Count stays at 1-2 to Benji Brokemont, leading Miami off today. 45 times he's struck out this year. 10 extra base hits, average of 296. 14 walks as well for Brokemont. 1-2, another foul ball in the parking lot, first base side and out. Did you park over there? Because I did. I'm a little worried.
No, I'm way out in right field. You'd have to
You're smart.
pull one pretty good to get to where I am.
1-2 Brokemont. High, 2-2. 81 on the gun that time from Heidinger. You have Vogelsang due up next. 2-2 to Brokemont. Another foul ball. Out of play on the first base side. And Brokemont really fighting here in this first at bat of the Miami offensive half of the first inning. They'll do it again. 2-2 on the way with the bases empty. Brokemont watches it high. It's a full count. I wish our stats program told us how many pitches there's been in this at bat. It's got to be up to 8 or 9 by now. 3-2 still on the way for Benji Brokemont. Making Tate Heidinger work here. 3-2. Another foul ball out of play, first base side. They're going to run out of balls here pretty quick.
Yeah, this Miami dugout's getting pretty into it as well on our left side. It was funny because you watched him foul off all those pitches, and the count was still 2-2, and then he watched one miss the strike zone up high, and that got him pretty loud in the Miami dugout.
3-2 coming here to Brokemont. Another foul ball out of play over the screen behind the plate. And the bat boy has to give the umpires some more baseballs. So that bat's got to be 12 pitches long at least. As Tate Heidinger will deliver another one, 3-2. Looked at inside for ball 4. 88-mile-per-hour fastball. What an at-bat by Benji Brokemont. Leadoff man reaches here in the Miami first.
Yeah, it's just great discipline from the plate there from Brokemont. And he was really patient and just waited and waited and waited, and he gets rewarded with a walk. And now Vogelsang up for the RedHawks with a man on base.
11 pitches in that at bat. Vogelsang is at second base today. He will line the first one right to short. Bar flip to second. There's one. The first double play. And Vogelsang did the same thing in the first inning yesterday. Brokemont reached base. And Vogelsang grounded into a double play to the shortstop. 2 away just like that in the bottom of the first. And here's Nate Stone. Amazing, Brokemont does that much work to get on first base. First pitch to the next batter, he's forced out off second. Stone gets a hold of it, deep right field, sends Schellenbarger back to the wall. It is out of here. Off the netting in front of the Miami Inn, and Nate Stone jumps on the first pitch, launches a shot to right. 1-0 Miami draws first blood, first of the year for Nate Stone.
That was just a tank to right center from Stone. He hit that one pretty high, but
Home run number 7.
there didn't seem to be too much doubt about that one as soon as it came off the bat, and Miami takes an early lead in the bottom of the first.
Beg your pardon, home run number 7 of the year for Stone. Here's the RedHawks, the 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. Henser's up next.
Number 33, Jacob Henser.
The cleanup man. First delivery to him is whacked that foul third base side of the play on the ground. For Heidinger, that's home run number 3 given up on the season. Enter the first baseman today. 0-1 pitch coming. It is low for ball 1. It's 1-1. Enter 196 hitter on the year, 51 at bats, 14 strikeouts, 4 RBIs, 1-1. Blown away fastball, 2-1. Heider comes at him, 2-1. He's low, 3-1. 86 on the gun. Heidinger's fastball looks like it's in the upper 80s. Clouds still covering McKie Field this afternoon. 3-1. Inside and low, and they walked him. Henser aboard with 2 men out here in the first. Here's Cole Andrews, the catcher. Or I'm sorry, he's the DH today. He caught yesterday for Miami. Second walk allowed by Heidinger in this game. All right, so 2 men out. Henser's over there on first. And it's 1-0 lead for the RedHawks. Check back over to Henser. He's back in time. Weak throw there by Heidinger. Pitch is outside, 1-0. First one to Andrews at 84. Cole, a 278 hitter this season, 16 RBI. And 108 at bats, couple of home runs as well, 13 walks. OPS is 790 for Andrews. In the air to center field, Granger moving to his left, back a little bit, right on the track, makes the grab on that fly ball. It retires to the side here in the first. RedHawks do get a run across on the Nate Stone solo home run. Miami takes a 1-0 lead into the second. We're back with that in a moment. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. 1-0 the Miami lead. Patrick Geshan, Luke West Poley with you from McKie Field at Hayden Park. Top of the second in this first game of the doubleheader. Set and ready to get underway. Akron right fielder Brian Schellenberger will lead things off here in the second inning for the Zips. Sam Bachman back out for inning number 2 of work. First one from Bachman. Schellenberger flies it out to left field. Dalton back right in the area. He will make the catch on the routine fly. Had to move to his left a few steps. One away in the second. Justin Barr is up next for the Zips at shortstop today.
Shortstop, number 2, Justin Barr.
Barr wears number 2 in gray for Akron today, so the Zips wearing those gray uniforms with the blue shoulders. Blue stripe down the side as well. First pitch for Bachman, a slider over the middle of the plate at 82 for strike 1. RedHawks are in their red tops. It says Miami across the front in white. Red hats that have the script M on the front, white pants with the red stripe down the side. Here's a line drive right up the middle. It is fielded and thrown to first by the shortstop, Wardwell. 2 outs here in the second as a very hard hit ball right up the middle. Hopped over second base. Wardwell moving to his left. Fielded it cleanly through to first. So retired his Barr. I guess technically ground out there. Here's Domer, the left fielder, batting in the 8-hole today. 2 men are out in the second. Bachman looking for a much quieter inning than he saw last inning when Akron stranded a couple runners in scoring position. First pitch outside, and it's 1-0. High for ball 1, it's 2-0. Two men are out, nobody on in the top of the second. 1-0 RedHawks lead the Akron Zips. 2-0 inside, just missed at 82 on the gun. Bachman down in the count, 3-0 to Domer. Bachman's 3-0. Just misses high, and it's a 4-pitch walk. Austin Domer aboard with 2 men out in the second. Stoles framed it well. Looked like it was in the zone, but home plate umpire says no. So the 9-man and Tate Wargo bats.
Tate Wargo.
Wargo 270 on the year. First pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner at 84. 5 RBI in the year for Wargo. 17 hits, 696 OPS. Man on first and Domer, the 0-1. Strike 2, outside corner, 97 from Bachman. It's like watching Aroldis Chapman sometimes.
There's quite a difference in the style of pitching from the top to the bottom halves of the inning in the first.
Domer on first, the 0-2. Runner goes, pitches high, throw to second is on the ground. It's going to hop into the outfield. Domer will stay at second base. Good job by Brokman charging in from center field to keep that ball near the infield. There's a bad throw all around by Stoles. It was kind of a low throw. It hit the ground a few feet shy of the base. And the shortstop Wardwell just couldn't come up with it. Hopped into the shallow part of the outfield.
Yeah, I think that might have hit Domer.
Could have too.
And deflected, but it was kept in the infield. Domer thought about going to third, but he didn't really have a chance to, and he's going to hold up at second.
1-2 coming here. Up and in. Fastball at 94, Wargo's count 2-2. So you got Domer at second base. Only runner on for the Zips. 2 men out in the second. 2-2 to Wargo. Swing and a miss. Fastball outside. They're going to have to throw down to first for the drop third strike as it was mishandled by Stoles. They'll get him there. And retired with a strikeout is Wargo to end the festivities here in the top of the second. Well, the bottom of the second after this, 1-0 RedHawks lead it over Akron. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
The third baseman.
The RedHawks go to bat in the bottom of the second. It's a 1-0 RedHawk lead. On Red Hawk Radio, Patrick Geshan, Luke West Poley with your game one of the Saturday doubleheader at McKie Field. Leading it off is Zap, third baseman today for Miami. Brian steps into the left-handed batter's box, and Heidegger's first delivery is hit foul on the ground. First base side and out. 6, 7, and 8 spots due up in the second for the RedHawks. Zap on the year, 225 hitter. 5 home runs for Brian, 16 RBIs. 27 hits. This is at bat number 121 on the year for Zap. 0-1. Over the plate, little fastball, I think, at 81, or had a little bit of movement. Could have been a slider. It's 0-2. Heidegger's pitch count is 20. 0-2. Outside 1 and 2. Try to get him to chase. Off speed at 79. Most people we've seen at a game all year long here at McKie Field. It's a more normal crowd from a normal year. 1-2 coming. In the air, foul territory left side, third base. Catcher going over to the Miami dugout. No play as it makes its way into the dugout. And we'll do it again. 1-2 the count. Good job by Reagan to make his way over toward the Miami dugout. Just the ball was in the dugout, couldn't catch it. So Zap a little bit down here in the 1-2 count. Heidegger will deliver. Nobody on base, nobody out in the bottom of the second. Chopper right back up towards second base. Shortstop Barr fields it to first for the out. And it's Barr, good job fielding that ball when it was hopping up off a bounce from the turf. Able to fire to first base in time, one away in the second.
It was a close play at first. We saw Akron, I guess it was scored as an error, but get a base runner in a similar way in the first inning. And Zap was about a split second away from being able to reach, but now Dalton Back will come to the plate with nobody on.
First pitch is low to Dalton Back. Count is 1-0. Back in left field today for Miami in the 7 hole. 1-0 waved at and missed, and it's 1-1. Dalton, 244 hitter on the year. 32 hits, 15 RBIs and 131 at-bats. 3 home runs. This season, 4 back, 1-1. Blowing away, 2-1. 81 on the gun that time, maybe a curveball or something breaking from Hayden. Two-one comes to back. In the air, out of play. First base side into the parking lot. 2-2. Two coming here to back. Outside corner, strike 3 called. Fastball at 87. Back watches it go by. There's a strikeout. 2 men are out in the second.
The shortstop, number 1, Tyler Wardwell.
So here is Wardwell, shortstop, the 8-hitter today. And Tyler bats with nobody on base. 2 men out. In inning number 2, in the bottom half of it, 242 hitter on the year is Wardwell, 36 strikeouts, 2 home runs this season. Swing and a miss on the first offering. It is 0-1. Oh, 1. High and away, it's 1-1. Working at a slower pace is Hayden in this inning as Wardwell watches the 1-1 up and in. 2-1 moves to count. Akron defense in their normal positions. RedHawks 3-7 in their last 10. Just hasn't been the best stretch of games lately. In the air to center, Granger moving in just a little bit, makes the grab. 1, 2, 3, they go in the bottom of the second. We'll go to the third coming up next. RedHawks lead at 1-0 over Akron, game 1 of this doubleheader. You are listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Top of the third, about to get going. Patrick Geshan, Luke West Poley on the call of this one here from Oxford, Ohio this afternoon. Glad you're with us. As Zach Granger in the top of the Akron order is due up in this third inning, and the first pitch is inside from Bachman at 95 on the gun, 4-1. Next one outside slider, 2-0. 84 on the gun that time from Bachman. 2-0 is a strike. Slider that curved its way over the middle of the plate nicely at 83. 2-1 the count. Two one. Strike two right down the middle, 2-2. And Granger here will have to react. Temperature brought to you by AccuWeather.com. It's 79 in Oxford. 2-2. Fouled back to the screen. Humidity is at 54%. Wind is at 8 miles per hour. But the flag out there in center field is just dead.
Yeah, it doesn't feel too strong. Comes in gusts, I guess.
2-2 to Granger. Inside 3-2. Fastball at 94. And Bachman's really trying to go after those hitters, Luke, with that inside fastball today. It's just not working.
Yeah, he's missed quite a few, but yeah, he's really, really trying to work that pitch. We've seen that on pretty much every batter for Akron thus far.
3-2 inside corner as Granger was starting his trot down to first. Strike three called. 87, I think that was a changeup.
Third baseman Jerry Reinhardt.
One man is out here in the third as Reinhardt next to the plate.
Yeah, that certainly had some movement and must have just caught the tip of the strike zone there. And I called strike three on Granger, and that's a tough way to go out when you're already halfway down to first base and the umpire gives you the strike three call.
Swing and a miss. First pitch is an 0-1 count to Reinhardt. Only a hit, one hit each team has. So we are in the top of the third inning. Pitch is high, 97 on the gun that time from Bachman, 1-1. Stepping into the right-handed batter's box, Reinhardt, 1-1 coming. Up and in, 2-1. 88, Bachman tried to drop a changeup in there. Two-one. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Reinhardt kind of a check swing there, but he just gave up. Went completely over the plate. And Bachman here will come at him with a 2-2. Here it is. Line, right field. It is just a foul ball. From my angle, looked like it landed on the line, but the umpire standing right on the line says it just barely was foul.
Yeah, that one was hooked down the right field line. And it definitely came inside first base, but it was just spinning. And yeah, like you said, it looked like it landed on the line from where we were sitting, but we're quite a distance away, so.
Umpire's telling the Akron dugout he's making a sign with his fingers. It was like an inch. Foul. That would have done some damage for sure for Akron. 2-2 to Reinhardt. It is high on the fastball, 3-2. Bachman's trying to go out of the zone with that heater yet again. Three-two. Waved that and missed. 87 slider. That time for Bachman. Two men are out in the third. Second straight strikeout from Bachman in the third straight. If you go back to the last inning, when Wargo struck out to end the second. Here's Trevino, three-hitter today. First one is high, it's 1-0. Trevino last time up, singled to right. The only hit for Akron on the day so far. One-0. His tip foul off the plate and it trickles behind it. Count moves to 1-1. Bachman here will deliver the 1-1. Pitch count at 53 already for Sam Bachman. Ground ball that's just foul. Hard hit on the first base side will get out. Count moves to 1-2. Another close one. So they'll do it again here. 1-2 the count to Trevino. RedHawk infielders playing back a little bit. 1-2 comes. In the air, foul out of play. First base side to the parking lot. Find some long at bats in this game. Ground ball to third. Zap plays it off the hop. Throw to first in time. Great stretch out by Henzer to get Trevino as he was hustling down the line. Side retired in the top of the third. 1-0 RedHawks take the lead. To the bottom of the third we go when we return. This is Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio.
Nate Stoles.
Nate Stoles, the catcher. A little bat to start things off for the bottom of the third. Patrick Geshan, Luke Poley with you here. Game 1 of this doubleheader between Miami and Akron. Game 2 of the 4-game series occurring this weekend at McKie Field. Glad you're with us here on RedHawk Radio on a Saturday afternoon. 1-0 Miami leads it. As Stoles, the catcher, will face Heidinger, and the first pitch is missing outside. Fastball 4-1. Tate Heidinger, a pitch count currently of 35. 1-0. Ground ball, third base, fielded by Reinhardt. Nope, it slipped over his glove and into left field. And aboard with the single is Stoles. That ball just kind of hopped up off the turf. Reinhardt was in the right place, right time. It went off his glove, skipped on a hop into left. And that's going to be an E5, they call it. First error against Akron on the day, so technically not a single for Stones. He reached on the error. And back to the top of the order for Miami, here's Brokman. So now an error for each team in this game so far. First pitch is outside to Brokman, 1-0. Stoles at first base, nobody out in the bottom of the third for the RedHawks. 1-0. Ground ball, that is foul out of play, third base side, toward the RedHawk bullpen. Mentioned in the game yesterday, and we'll mention again today, the Zips are 2-16 on the road this year. It's been a struggle away from Akron for the Zips team. Brokebot gets a bunt down right up the first baseline. Pitcher Heidinger mishandles it, no throw. Everybody's safe. Stoles moves to second. Brokebot is on first. Heidinger moving to his left off the mound and get that bouncing, chopping bunt. And he tried to barehand it, but dropped the ball. By the time he could regain control, Brokebot was stepping on first base. So on first and second with nobody out, RedHawks are threatening, and Vogelsang is up after he grounded into a double play his first time up. Bunt single there for Brokebot. Oh, they're actually calling it an error. E1. So it is the first error for Heidinger on the day. So 2 men for the RedHawks in the inning that have reached on an error. Pitch is outside, 1-0 to Vogelsang. Will comes into this game with an average of .302. 3 home runs, 12 walks, 29 RBI. At bat for him, number 173 on the year.
Yeah, and he's a team leader in both average and RBI for the RedHawks, so certainly the guy you want to have at the plate with 2 runners.
In the air to right, this is going to be past the right fielder, Schellenberger, to the wall. Waved around his Stoles, he will score. Brokebot right behind, the throw's going to go to third. Vogelsang slides in safely with a 2 RBI triple to right. 3-0 RedHawks. And Vogelsang comes up clutch, more RBIs to his total on the year. Miami up by a triple now.
And that's a way to make up for a double play that you hit into in the first. You 2 RBI triple. And 2 errors for Akron to start off the bottom of the third really cost them here, as this extends the lead now to 3-0 with Nate Stone coming up to the plate. 1 for 1, already a home run in the game with a man on third, nobody out.
3-0 the lead now for Miami. Stone waves and misses at the first pitch. And Vogelsang, the grad student, McNick Rocket, continues his great offensive season this year for Miami. Pitch outside, 1-1. Stone, left-handed hitter, will hit this one in the air to left center. That's going to drop in front of the center fielder, Granger. And Vogelsang is going to reach whole plate. He'll score standing up. And his second base with a stand-up double is Nate Stone. RBI double, 4-0 Miami. As Vogelsang was waiting there on third base, trying to wait for a tag. The ball was plenty deep enough, but Granger just couldn't get to where it was in time. Let it drop in front of him out there in center field, which allowed Stone to have an RBI double. 4-0 Miami. 3 runs here in this third inning. Here's Henzer, first baseman. First pitch shows bunt, pulls it back, and caught no man's land between second and third. Was Stone, but he's going to steal third. The throw went to second. A very large secondary lead there for Stone. He was between second and third halfway. After that pitch was thrown, Reagan, the catcher, threw it to second, but by that time, yeah, the shortstop coming over for Akron and Barr, and when he caught the ball on second, sliding into third was Stone. He's on third, still nobody out here in this third inning, and this is a foul ball third base side on the ground and out. And that's the killer too. They still haven't gotten anybody out. Akron has here in the bottom of the third. One to Henzer. Ground ball to second. Fielded well there by Wargo. Will throw to first for the out. Staying at third base, Stone. 1 away now in the bottom of the third. Here's Zap.
Now the RedHawk designated.
Nope, beg your pardon.
15, Cole Andrews.
Andrews. Zap looked like he was going right to the plate. He was picking up the bat. And then Andrews came in behind him. Four 0 RedHawk lead. You still got Stone over there on third base. In the air on the first pitch, very deep, back toward the wall. Granger will make the catch right on the track. Tagging from third is Stone. He'll easily score. Sack fly. 5 0 RedHawks. So Andrews picks up the RBI there.
Number 6, Brian Zapp.
And now it's Brian Zapp's turn at the plate with 2 men out in the third and nobody on base. Heidinger's pitch count now is at 47. No action over there in the Akron bullpen. First one is Zapp. Ground ball foul, first base side. Oh, 1-1 is the count. Oh, 1. Down and in, 1-1. Again, a big third inning here for the RedHawks. They have scored 4 runs. Vogel saying an RBI triple. You had an RBI double by Stone. Sack fly by Andrews. 2-1 the count on the high and away pitch. Sun is out more away from the clouds than it has been earlier in the game, so the temperature warming up a little bit. 2-1. Popped up, shallow left, shortstop in Barr will move over. He dropped it. And reaching first base safely will be Zapp. Very tough play for Barr. He was battling the sun and moving to his right at the same time, trying to come up with that ball that was swirling around in the wind. And Zapp was kind of under it, but just mishandled, dropped it, lost in the sun there last moment. So that is another error for Akron, their third of the game. And Back is up with 2 men out here in the third. Just prolongs this inning even more for Tate Heidinger. Pitch is low, trouble there for Reagan to handle it, throw to second as the runner goes and called out. Trying to steal second base was Zapp. As Reagan kind of dropped that ball on his feet, he had trouble trying to come up with it. Running on the play, trying to steal second was Zapp. And he is called out on a good throw by Reagan to get him down there at second base. Luke West-Poley takes over the play-by-play. When we come back for the top of the fourth, you're listening to Miami Baseball on RedHawk Radio. Top of the fourth about to get started. Here's Luke West-Poley with a play-by-play.
Thank you, Patrick. Connor Regan will lead things off for the Zips in the top of the fourth. 0 for 1 today, batting .233 on the year. First pitch breaking ball in the strike zone, 84 miles an hour. 58 pitches thus far for Bachman through 3 innings. And the 0-1 offering. This one just a little low, 84 miles an hour. Misses for ball 1. The 1-1, that one's outside, 96 miles an hour for ball 2. And a big swing and a low ball there from Regan for the second strike, 81 miles an hour for Bachman. 25 RBI this year for Connor Regan. That leads the team for the Zips. As he gets the 2-2, this one will be low, 85 miles an hour to fill the count up at 3-2. Full count pitch. And that one's high, and it's going to catch the strike zone, 85 miles an hour for strike 3, as Regan lets out a groan and makes his way back to the dugout, and Cameron Tilley
The first baseman
will head into the right-handed batter's box.
Second time Regan struck out today.
Yeah, and Tilley's 0 for 1, also with a strikeout coming into this at-bat, batting .277 and 95 mile an hour fastball for strike 1 from Bachman. And that one's going to catch the outside corner, 96 miles an hour for strike 2. Cam Tilley batting 5th today for the Zips, playing first base, and that one takes a big swing and a miss, and a 3-pitch strikeout for him, 2 down in the 4th.
I don't think we've seen Bachman's best stuff those first 3 innings or so. I think now he's just starting to get into his groove.
Yeah, he's really starting to, he's hit that strike zone a lot in these past couple batters, and that's something that he struggled with, especially through the first couple of innings, and reined it in a little bit in the 3rd, and now he looks to be in a rhythm here in the 4th. Schellenbarger grounds this one to first, and this one's just going to go right to the first baseman for Miami. That was Jacob Henser, and he will end things here in the top of the 4th. No runs on no hits for the Zips, a 1-2-3 inning. Miami still leads 5-0. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Warma.
Luke West, Poley, Patrick Geshan back here from McKie Field in Oxford. Miami leading Akron by a score of 5-0 after a 4-run explosion in the bottom of the third. And Dalton back will get things going for the RedHawks here in the fourth. Back the left fielder batting .242 as that one misses for ball one. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout. The 1-0 pitch, this one's lifted high up to second. Backing up and making the grab for the Zips will be Tate Wargo, and one down in the fourth. So standing in now will be Tyler Wardwell, the shortstop. He's also 0 for 1 today. And batting left-handed, the first pitch. This one's low, 90 miles an hour for ball one. The 0-1 offerings fouled up and over the netting behind home plate for the first strike. 55 pitches for Tate Heidinger. And he struggled a little bit in the last inning, but also the defense behind him didn't help too much with 3 errors for the Zips, as this one misses out and away for ball two, 86 miles an hour. There were 2 errors to start the last inning for Akron, which were eventually batted in by a 2 RBI triple by Will Vogelsang for Miami. And that started the scoring for the RedHawks. This one's fouled towards the Miami dugout, going after it, and not making the catch there was the third baseman Reinhardt for the Zips. Two the count right now to Tyler Wardwell. As that one's way up high, 83 miles an hour, and it's a full count at 3-2. Still nothing in the Akron bullpen just yet. We'll see how much longer Tate Heidinger can go. Full count at 3-2 with 1 out.
It's only at 55 pitches today.
This one is put just foul. Thought maybe in that last inning, if things got any worse, we might see something, but yeah, you're right. Still a low pitch count. Heidinger will try to rein things in, and if he can strike out a batter here, that'd be big for him to get 2 out and nobody on. Nate Stoles on deck for the RedHawks. The 3-2 pitch is in the dirt, and he's going to walk Tyler Wardwell. So he will make his way over to first, and Nate Stoles, the catcher, will round out the bottom of the order for the RedHawks, and he will come to the plate.
But that's what's killed Akron today, is just letting base runners on for basically no reason, walks and errors. That's why it's 5-0.
Yeah, you're right about that. 5 runs on 3 hits for the RedHawks, and obviously Vogelsang's base clearing triple. Both of those base runners came off of errors. A bunt there was missed, and now in a pickle after a throw from first. And getting tagged out will be Tyler Wardwell. So some good awareness from Regan behind the plate to throw that one over to first after a secondary lead by Wardwell and a missed bunt.
Very big secondary lead. He was about a quarter of the way between first and second. Regan, good job to recognize that and threw to first. Pickle ensued, then they threw to second, tagged him out there.
Yeah, and that similar looking play sort of worked for Miami last inning, but this time no cigar, and now 2 outs as Stoles is sitting at 1-1. The pitch. This one's spun up in the air to short, and there to make the play will be Reinhardt.
And for the RedHawks in the bottom of the 4th, no runs, no hits, no errors.
No runs for the RedHawks in the bottom of the 4th, and they still lead 5-0. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Miami leads 5-0 as we head into the 5th inning. Justin Barr due up for the Akron Zips.
Number 2, Justin Barr.
The shortstop, he's 0 for 1 on the day, batting .240 on the year. As the first offering, a big swing and miss there from Justin Barr. Second pitch here from Bachman, and that one's just going to miss low, 94 miles an hour for ball 1. The pitch and another swing and miss on an 86 mile an hour pitch on the outside corner, and now 1-2 the count. Pitch. And that one's just going to miss 96 miles an hour and moves the count up to 2-2. 7 strikeouts on the day for Sam Bachman. Allowed 1 hit through 4 as this one high pitch, 83 miles an hour, fouled back to the netting. Count stays at 2-2. Bachman takes his time from the windup. This one high inside, 94 miles an hour, and the count is full.
Akron dugout has this like rubber duck thing that they keep passing around and squeaking. It's funny.
Yeah, I
to
keep
watch.
hearing it through the headphones. Not sure what it was. 3-2 pitch, and this one is hit foul towards the bullpen on the first base line.
I think it's their team good luck charm.
Interesting. I wasn't sure if it was a phone ringtone or something along those lines, but I could hear it in my ear the whole time. 3-2 pitch from Bachman. This one's going to be high and inside, 84 miles an hour for ball 4. And he allows his third base runner of the game.
Number 16, Left fielder, Austin.
So Austin Domer will come up for the Zips, batting .250 on the year. This is the second at-bat he walked in his first time up. As he lays down a bunt, it's going to go right to Bachman, who will scoop it up and make the easy out at first. Runner advances, and now a man in scoring position for the Zips with one out.
Just your standard sack bunt there. Well played by Miami, well played by Akron.
The second baseman, number 1, Tate Wargo.
Yeah, pretty much as basic of a play as it could have gotten there, as it went straight to Bachman and he made the first out. Now Tate Wargo will stand in 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. But now a man in scoring position as he takes a big swing and a miss for strike 1. 5 RBI on the year for Tate Wargo. Contact guy batting .266. He's hitting in the 9 hole today in the lineup, playing second base. And he showed bunt there for a moment as a high fastball hits the strike zone 96 miles an hour. He pulled it back for strike 2. So now the 0-2 pitch for Bachman. He readies from the stretch. That one slapped foul down the right field line. It'll go out of play on a line ball. Count still 0-2 with one away, and Justin Barr standing at second for Akron. Down 5-0 here in the top of the 4th. Need to get the offense going. Only one hit thus far for the Zips. A check swing there on a pitch in the dirt, 86 miles an hour. And Wargo pulled back for ball 1. Zach Granger, the leadoff hitter, is on deck for the Zips. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Big leadoff there from Barr as this pitch is in the dirt, 88 miles an hour at 2-2.
Think Bachman's getting a little tired here?
I'm not sure. He's been really wary of that runner on second, Justin Barr. He's been checking it a couple times before every pitch. He's never tried to pick him off or anything, and now he will step off the rubber and pull back.
I feel like the heat's got to be a bit of a factor, too. It's not, like, super hot out, but this is the first time
Yeah, this is the first time in Oxford that it's really been this hot all year. As a check swing just missing there was an 86-mile-an-hour pitch for Bachman, and the count's 3-2. Yeah, like you said, it's been pretty cold. It's been in the 60s for the past couple of weeks, and then it really ramped up. It was pretty hot yesterday. It was in the 80s at some points during the day and 79 degrees. And it's going to continue for the next couple of weeks as well. As a swing and miss there for strike 3, Wargo will head back to the dugout, and 2 down for Zach Granger.
And I feel like the first time you compete in this type of weather, you know, each year, first time that you go out and it's mid-80s and a bit humid, you have to build up a tolerance to it, so you're not used to it at all, and I think that just kind of has an effect on you.
It's got to be interesting for these guys who play in these northern colleges as that one goes in for strike 1. As Miami started their season down in the South in places like Florida and the Carolinas, playing various teams from around there, and it's got to be pretty hot too, and then you come back up and all of a sudden you play a month in 40, 50, 60 degree weather, and now it's back in the 80s again. So it's got to be interesting for these guys to play in the heat and then play in the cold and go back to the heat. That's something that is not super normal, as that one's in there for strike 2. 95-mile-an-hour fastball hits the zone.
Yeah, and it just only amplifies too with the doubleheader today. Stand out there for 2 games instead of 1.
Exactly. 0-2 to Granger. You will chop this one. It bounces foul and rolls its way to the backstop. 10 RBI for Zach Granger this year. And he struggled a little bit today. A strikeout. And he's 0 for 2. And now behind in the count, facing an 0-2 pitch coming here from Bachman. And that one is sold in the strike zone, but it's going to miss. 98 miles an hour for ball 1. Stoll's trying to sell a call, and he's not going to get it. Pitch for Bachman. This one is tipped off the bat and skips its way foul. As Bachman's pitch count getting up into the 80s, sitting at 84 prior to this at-bat. He stands in the stretch. Justin Barr still on second. That seems like forever ago that he made it there as a 97-mile-an-hour fastball misses low for ball 2.
For real. And talking about Bachman's fatigue, potentially, I don't think it's really been a factor yet. Is 97, still hitting upper 90s.
Yep, for sure. And if you want to be a professional guy, you know, especially as a starter, you're going to have to be relied on to throw 100-plus pitches and be consistent. 2-2 pitch from Bachman, and he gets Granger swinging to end the inning. Zips get a base runner, but they strand him on second. No runs for Akron. They still trail 5-0. Miami will come up in the bottom of the 5th when we come back. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Benji Brocamon standing in for the RedHawks to lead off things in the bottom of the 5th. Miami leading 5-0 over Akron. Brocamon with a walk and run earlier in this game. That came in the 3rd inning. Part of a 4-run explosion for the RedHawks that extended this lead out to 5-0 as he's ahead now 2-0 in the count. This one's ripped a ground ball straight up the middle, hops over second base into center field, and Brocamon is in there with a single. So now Vogelsang will come in for the RedHawks. He's 2 for 2. Or sorry, 1 for 2 on the day. Hit into a double play earlier in the game, but had a 2 RBI triple in the 3rd inning. Batting right-handed with Brokemond on first. Heidinger will check the runner, throw over to first base.
Brokemond is a stealing threat. He has stolen 7 on the year.
And he checks him again. Yeah, Brokemond, he reached on a bunt that was scored as an error, but you know, he's got some speed, and that he definitely still could have gotten thrown out on that play earlier in the 3rd inning. But yeah, like you mentioned, he's definitely a stealing threat. He scored from first on that triple from Vogelsang in the 3rd as time is called here.
Got action in the Akron bullpen. Luke, I'm trying to get a look at the number.
Nothing too serious, it looks like, just yet, as a bunt's laid down here by Vogelsang. Heidinger will make the play to first, and one will be out as Brokemond advances to second base.
Tyler Galt is up in the Akron pen.
Number 36.
Graduate student, righty, 6'4", 190 from Rittman, Ohio. Where's Rittman, Ohio? I've never heard of that.
Not sure.
That's a Google search.
We'll keep an eye on that. It doesn't look like anything serious right now. Just some tossing, but once again, we'll take a look as things progress. Nate Stone, 2 for 2 on the day with a home run, is in the lefty batter's box for the RedHawks as an 86-mile-an-hour ball is outside.
It's right by Akron. It's to the west of Akron.
Okay, a local kid.
Kind of by 71. It's a road you and I know very well.
Oh, yes, it is. Heidinger's going to throw this one back to second. Brokemond will get back in time. Stepping back in is Stone. The 1-0 pitch, this one is sent high in the air to short. Barr makes the play in center while simultaneously falling. Going back to second will be Brokemond, and 2 away for the RedHawks. Jacob Henser, the first baseman, is coming up for Miami. 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Averaging just 192 on the season. That's the lowest of anyone in the RedHawks lineup today. As this one's high, they're going to throw this over to second, and it's stealing third there will be Brokemond. And another one of those plays, Patrick. He took a secondary lead. They threw it down to second. And while doing so, Brokemond will take third.
That's right. Brokemond was about a quarter of the way between second and third. Throw went to second. He decided to move toward third, and with Brokemond's speed, head first slide before the throw came from second to third base. Shortstop Barr made that throw on second base.
1-0 pitch. This one's lined deep out to right, making the play a couple steps from the warning track is Schellenberger, and he will end things here in the bottom of the 5th. No runs for Miami. They still lead 5-0. You're listening to Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. Sam Bachman's afternoon is over for the RedHawks as we will head into the 6th. He finishes with 9 strikeouts, giving up just 1 hit and no runs. Call to the bullpen presented by your Tri-State Ford dealers. Check out the all-new electric Ford F-150. Coming into the game for Miami will be Logan Schmidt out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. So 5 complete innings pitched by Bachman. He finishes with 91 pitches, and now Schmidt will see his first batter, and that'll be the second hitter in the lineup, Jerry Reinhardt, for the Zips. 0 for 2 with a strikeout. First pitch will miss away, 85 miles an hour for ball 1. Second pitch and a whiff on that one from Reinhardt for strike 1, 84 miles an hour on the high fastball.
The cheese.
And another swing and miss from Reinhardt for strike 2. Logan Schmidt, 24 innings pitched on the season. Allowed 22 hits, 20 strikeouts, and a 2.33 ERA. This one is in the dirt outside, 76 miles an hour, 2-2. A 2-2 record with 1 save for Schmidt on the year, as this one is connected with and sent out to right center by Schmidt. Back to make the play for Miami is Brokamon, and he will retire Reinhardt. 1 away for the Zips here in the top of the 6th. As Trevino will come in now.
Sun is out, Luke. Clouds are disappearing. Completely sunny out.
This one's outside, 83 miles an hour for a ball. Yeah, we don't feel it as much. We're under a 10. We're semi-shaded, so we haven't, I guess, felt the temperature change as much. But, yeah, you can see the field's gotten a lot brighter here. This one's outside, 86 miles an hour. And, yeah, as you mentioned, it's been pretty warm out the whole afternoon, but sky's pretty overcast. Since then, it's cleared up. You can see blue in the sky now, and the sun is out as this one's going to hit Trevino, 89 miles an hour. And he will head on over to first. So now a base runner coming up for the catcher, Connor Regan.
At the plate, number 3, Connor Regan.
2 strikeouts for Regan today. Schmidt gets the go-ahead. And the first pitch, Regan will go. And the throw to second is in time. Sorry, that wasn't Regan, that was Trevino. Regan's at the plate, but he is thrown out trying to steal second. So now 2 down. Only 1 stolen base on the year for Dominic Trevino. Going for his second here. I guess Akron a little desperate for offense now with, I guess at the time, 1 out in the 6th, now 2 outs, and now Connor Regan's facing an 0-2 pitch. This one's in the dirt, but he swings at it anyway on the drop third strike. The play is made, and Miami will finish out the 6th inning having given up no runs. They still lead 5-0, and they will come back up to the plate when we return. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio. A pitching change on one side and now a pitching change on the other. As coming in for Akron will be number 50, John Creel, a right-hander, grad student, 6'5", 225 out of Huntersville, North Carolina, and Lake Norman High School. Call of the bullpen presented by your Tri-State Chevy dealers. Contact Patrick Geshan if you'd like to sponsor any Red Hawk radio streams in the future, but coming up to the plate now is Cole Andrews for Miami. As he took kind of a delayed slow swing there at an 84-mile-an-hour pitch outside, and it's strike one. Andrews had a sacrifice fly earlier in the game. He's 0 for 1 with an RBI. 0-1 pitch, just outside 82 miles an hour for ball one. For Creel, 25 innings pitched this season. 93 miles an hour in there for strike two. He's got 30 strikeouts, giving up 12 hits, and a 5.6 ERA. One-two pitch to Andrews. That one bounced on the infield grass before it got to the plate.
Jimmy John just got to the Akron dugout.
Got to get some mid-game meals, I guess. Probably for in between the doubleheaders. But
freaky fast delivery came before the break.
The game end.
That is freaky fast.
They still got to bat at least one more time. 2-2 pitch. And that one misses low, 91 miles an hour. Full count at 3-2. Now here comes the 3-2 pitch. And that one was way outside, but Andrews swung anyway. And he's going to be safe at first on the drop third strike. Wow. So that pitch was really far outside. Andrews knew as soon as he swung at that ball that it was nowhere near where he was. It was a really slow swing. And Regan, the catcher for the Zips, initially dropped it. So, of course, Andrews ran to first, and by the time Regan collected and threw to first, he was close, Andrews, but he wasn't quite there. But then Tilley, playing first for the Zips, dropped it. It just barely slipped out of his glove, and somehow, some way, Cole Andrews reaches first, and now Brian Zapp will come to the plate with nobody out. .92 miles an hour on the first pitch outside. Felt like everybody fell asleep on that last play. It was an instant regret at the plate, and then just a couple bad plays in the field. As a bunt's laid down, Miami pinch ran for Cole Andrews. On first base, that's number 14, J.J. Woolwine. And Brian Zapp tried to lay down a bunt for him, but he just foul-tipped it. Actually hit off the hand of Regan, who looked to be a little shaken up initially, but looks to be okay now. The 1-1 offering. Runner goes, swing and a miss from Zapp, throw onto second, and just barely getting in there was Woolwine, and he will reach.
Oh, he's shaken up too after. Is he? Kind of slow to get up there. think he's fine. He's shrugging everybody away. That was a really good jump.
Yeah, it was. And
Got there in plenty of time.
It was a pretty good pop time as well from Regan. He almost got him. It was a close play at second, but Woolwine reached. And now Zap's got a runner in scoring position. Count it 1-2. This one's low. It looked like it might have hit him. It didn't, but instead it's going to get past the catcher, and taking third will be Woolwine. So now 2-2, nobody out. Miami with a man on third and a chance to extend their lead to 6. Brian Zapp is 0 for 2 on the day. He's got 16 RBI on the year, batting .221. You got to think anything to the outfield would add to his RBI total. But a swing and a miss for him, and he's going to have to head back to the dugout with nothing. One away in the bottom of the 6th. Dalton Back will come up for the RedHawks.
Dalton Back.
Back 0 for 2 on the day, playing left field. 1 strikeout. 15 RBI this season for him. He checked swings on the first one, but I think the pitch was in the strike zone anyway, 81 miles an hour. It will be strike 1. Crowd's kind of filtered all around the stadium. They seem to be picking up all different angles here at McKie Field. There were a lot of people right in front of us, Patrick, and just probably 20 minutes ago, and now more people to our right.
They're in the grass where it's cooler. Sun's out, it's warm.
Makes sense. Second pitch was a ball. It's now 1-1. It's Dalton Back. Pitch. This one's sent out to center field. Should be a routine play there for Granger. He will make it, and tagging easily and standing up to get home will be Woolwine, and Miami will score another. So back with an RBI sacrifice fly, and Miami now leads 6-0. And coming up to the plate will be Tyler Wardwell, the shortstop. So bases cleared, 2 outs now. Wardwell 0 for 1 with a walk today. And Creel hasn't given up a hit yet, but has given up a run. As 80-mile-an-hour ball catches the outside corner for strike 1.
It's funny how that happens.
Yeah, 6 runs on 4 hits today for Miami. 4 errors for Akron, which has really been what's killed them. As the 1-0 pitch is lined really hard. It skipped off the top of the Akron dugout and went into the bullpen. Don't believe that hit anyone, luckily, but that ball had some speed behind it.
Would hurt.
Absolutely. O2 pitch. And that one's going to be outside. 92 miles an hour for ball 1. Offering from Creel. This one is sent out to center. A fly ball is caught by Granger. And that will end things here in the bottom of the 6th. 1 run for Miami. They extend their lead. It's now 6-0. They will come back up to pitch for the 7th inning. And stay with us. This is Miami Baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Moving over to left field, number 36, Nate Stone. And
So some defensive substitutions
now, number 17, Michael
for
Morris.
Miami. And we will head into inning number 7 here with Akron trailing the RedHawks 6-0.
For Akron,
And leading off will be Cameron Tilley for the Zips. First pitch with a grunt there, misses ball 1, 84 miles an hour.
You have Morris set, the new first baseman for Miami. That's the only one that shows up on our system in terms of the substitutions.
86 miles an hour, low for ball 2.
Looks like Mac Hippenhammer's now in right field, actually, Luke,
Okay.
as well.
This one, a looper that bounces its way into center as Brokemon sends it back in, and Cam Tilley finds himself aboard with a single to lead off the 7th inning.
Logan Schmidt stays on the mound for Miami
Number
here in the
24,
7th,
Brian Schellenberger.
to at least start the 7th.
Okay, so Schellenberger will come up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Now with a base runner in Cam Tilley. The pitch and a line ball that gets its way into right. Going to third will be Tilley. Holding up at first is Schellenberger, and now runners on the corners for Akron with nobody out. Miami got to be careful here.
His one swing of the bat can cut this lead in half.
There's a pitcher in the Miami bullpen warming up right now.
Number 2, Justin Bond.
We don't know who that is yet. We'll try to get a number for you as soon as we can. It looks like maybe 24, but I'm not entirely sure yet. Justin Barr comes to the plate for Akron, 0 for 1 with a walk today. He's got 20 RBI on the season. Tied for 2nd on the team in that category. This one catches the inside corner, 84 miles an hour for strike 1. From the stretch. And this one, it's a bouncer that's able to keep its way in front of home plate. Good stop there by Stoles, and it's now 1-1. One pitch, and another one that Stoles couldn't come up with, but was able to keep in front of him, 84 miles an hour for ball 2.
You know, I haven't seen any cicadas here today.
Not today. They were supposed to come out around this time, and they have come out. I've seen them.
They're all over my house right now.
Yeah, around town a little bit in the past week or so, but not here at the ballpark. This one will bounce off of Stoles and go towards the Akron dugout. Taking 2nd will be Schellenberger, and now 2 runners in scoring position with the count at 3-1. And yeah, I think Danny Hayden's going to have a word with Logan Schmidt, and he will. He'll come out of the dugout. Once again, there is a pitcher warming up in the Miami bullpen, so should Logan Schmidt come out of the game, the RedHawks would be ready with another guy. Right now, just Hayden, Stoltz, and Schmidt talking to each other on the mound, and looks like Schmidt's going to stay in the game for now. Just 15 pitches, but obviously he's in a bit of a jam here with nobody out and 2 runners in scoring position. And you don't want to give Akron any kind of momentum when you're holding on to this kind of lead. Justin Barr is at the plate for the Zips. Shortstop. Here comes the pitch, and a swing and miss by Barr, 88 miles an hour, and the count now 3-2. So a good first pitch there from Schmidt after the conference. And now 3-2 to Bar with nobody out. This one's foul tipped and not able to come up with the catch. Behind the plate was Stoles, so count stays at 3-2. Bar stands back in. From the stretch, this one misses high, and the bases are loaded. And now coming up to the plate
Number 16,
for the Zips,
Austin Domer.
the left fielder Austin Domer. Second plate appearance today. He walked his first time up. Or sorry, he's 2 plate appearances, a sacrifice bunt, and a walk. This one's a line ball that gets over and will bounce in center field. It'll score at least 1. And that's all it will do for now. So a single for Austin Domer scores 1. Runner holds up at third, and now the base is still loaded. Coming up to the plate is Tate Wargo.
Yeah, this frightens you a little bit if you're Schmidt on the mound, because that was a rope single right out to center.
Tate Wargo.
And now you're loaded with nobody out. Tying run on deck.
Yeah, and Schmidt really needs some kind of swing of momentum in his favor. First pitch in there for strike 1, 84-mile-an-hour breaking ball. That could come in multiple forms, a strikeout, a double play ball, whatever it may be, but Schmidt's definitely in a jam right now, and he's maybe a bit rattled by that. We'll see. Big swing and a miss there on a low pitch, 84 miles an hour for strike 2. But now Wargo behind in the count, and Schmidt's in a pretty good spot with this specific batter. Pitching from the windup with the bases loaded. This one's lifted out to right. Coming in to make the play is Hippenhammer. We'll see if the runner tags. The runner will.
Nope.
And
No
no, the
tag.
runner will go
No
back.
tag.
It's a great play there by Hippenhammer to hold up the runner at third. Initially started to run, but he made a great throw in. And no run score on that play, so
The batter,
now with 1 out, a double play ball could finish off the game. Top of the order coming up for the Zips, it's Zach Granger. First pitch misses high, 83 miles an hour for ball 1. Next pitch, and that's a good one in there, 81 miles an hour for the first strike. Zach Granger, 2 strikeouts, 0 for 3. He struggled a bit today. He's batting .202 on the year, the leadoff hitter for the Zips in the lineup. This one is lifted up high, sent foul to the right side of McKie Field. Think that one went into the parking lot. Lost sight of it as soon as I
It's gone, yep.
looked up. 1-2 pitch coming now. And this one's grounded, and a run will score. Can they get the runner at first? They cannot. So an infield single there as he hit that one to the perfect soft spot in between the pitcher and third base. And Granger is aboard. 1 run scores. And so now it's 6-2.
Yeah, Zap was just kind of bobbling that as he was trying to make his way across the infield from third to first, basically. Moving in that direction, just never could get his hands on the ball, and had a good throw, just not in time.
Yeah, he caught that one kind of in the really bottom part of his glove towards his wrist, and it looked like he had a difficult time pulling it out. Reinhardt, who's 0 for 3, will come up now. The Zips now lead the RedHawks in hits, despite being behind.
Shows you the power of the errors.
And Reinhardt's now the tying run at the plate, as he will hit one. And going back to get it in shallow right field will be the second baseman for Miami. That's Will Vogelsang, and he catches it for out number 2. So now the tying run will come in the way of Dominic Trevino. 1 for 2 today.
Dominic Trevino.
And maybe the Zips' last chance here with 2 away in the 7th.
Down their final out, and you got the tying run at the plate. Going right through the meat of the Akron order, Trevino, the 3rd hitter in their lineup.
No home runs on the year for Trevino, but batting 3rd, he's definitely a guy that you'd like to have up in this situation, but that one goes in the first pitch for a strike.
286 average.
And Connor Regan on deck, the catcher for the Zips. 4 home runs on the year. Batting cleanup. And that could really be about as ideal as it gets if Trevino could reach base somehow. This one will just miss, maybe. Yes, it will. Looked like it was in the strike zone, but and the scoreboard operator called it a strike, but the umpire did not. Instead, it's 1-1. Bases loaded, offering to Trevino, high and inside, 85 miles an hour for ball 2. Swing and a miss there on an inside 84-mile-an-hour ball, and it's 2-2. Down to their final striker, the Zips. Here comes the pitch. And he got him looking 92 miles an hour for strike 3.
Very late call.
Some drama behind the plate. Logan Schmidt gets out of the jam and finishes the game for the RedHawks, and they will take this one 6-2. And that will improve them to 23-26 on the year. 16-17 in the MAC. Will have a chance later today to go 500 in game 2 of 2 against Akron. They fall to 14-34 on the year, 8-30 in the Mid-American Conference. And a big win for the RedHawks here in game 1, Patrick.
Yeah, I mean, the offense got it done when it needed to. Obviously, you got a lot of help from the Zips' 4 errors on the day. But when Miami had to take advantage of those mistakes, they did so. And good performances on the mound. You got Bachman, who had a pretty good start to this. Schmidt able to finish it off, albeit some trouble. All 3 areas of Miami's game are pretty solid today, Luke.
Absolutely. So 4 runs for the RedHawks in the 3rd propel them to a victory. They take this one 6-2. So for Patrick Geshan and all of our great Red Hawk Radio crew on hand today, we'd like to say thank you so much for watching, and tune in later for game 2, Miami versus Akron, the second game of a doubleheader. The RedHawks take this one 6-2. This has been a presentation of Miami baseball on Red Hawk Radio.
Akron now goes to 14-34 on the season.